Visibility of getting in front of audiences, whether you're on stage, you're on a podcast, you have a live video show, you're doing YouTube, or even a podcast, if you're doing a video podcast, the goal isn't to be in front of people. The goal is to turn those opportunities into paying clients. Now, how many of you have stood in front of an audience hoping and praying that all of those people would say, "Hey, I want to work with you," only to find yourself empty-handed and with no way to reach out to them after you've had your engagement or your visibility, after you've already had your opportunity to talk in front of them? This happens more often than not. But don't beat yourself up. You don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what you're supposed to be doing if nobody ever showed you. So the number one thing I find with working with coaches and consultants is that they don't have a pathway, a roadmap for people to hear them speak and understand what they offer and that sells their services. There's no roadmap connecting, here's how I'm talking about what I do, to here's what I actually do, unless it's a hurried, rushed, hey, buy my stuff at the end of the presentation, which almost never works because of a couple of reasons. Number one, it's shoved in at the end, and so it feels very unnatural. And number two, you haven't earned the right to sell to them yet. People that stand on a stage for less than an hour have not earned the right to sell to anyone in that audience. And that's why they have really low conversions, even if they have a low ticket offer, especially now. And that is because trust levels for people that are buying are so much higher. They require so much more trust to make a purchase than even 5 years ago. And there's a lot of reasons behind that. Number one being COVID. All of a sudden, everybody's online. Everybody's an expert. People are leaving their jobs and they're saying that they have experience and expertise in things, but then people have been burned. They've realized that they actually don't have any expertise or experience. And number two, now we're also competing with AI. And so AI is full of information, but again, lacks experience. So you're fighting all of these invisible barriers while you're standing on that stage and you're not even aware of it. And so let's dive into really quick the Google principle of 7-11-4. This is something that Google based on a study. There are some rumors about whether or not it could be true, but regardless, it is pretty accurate about where we are in the consumer buying process. The 7-11-4 principle is basically people require you to be in touch with your brand 7 times in 4 different locations before they even pay attention to you. And then you have to follow up with them 11 more times before they ever become a customer. Now, think back to when you last spoke. How many times were you in front of the people that were in your audience? Most likely, once. You haven't even begun to hit the required measurements for them to become a customer. Now, the other problem that people run into is that they don't create a pathway from the speech to actually purchasing. So you have to have a plan and a roadmap that's going to put you in front of those people at least 7 times so they remember who you are. And then you have to have a way to follow up with them 11 more times so that you can start the conversation and start to build trust and sell them your services. If you aren't doing those things, that's why your conversions, your profit, and your revenue is struggling. That's what I help people with. We figure out a way and a methodology to create a pathway from the stage to what you're selling and all the steps in between. So if this is something that you're struggling with and you don't have those in-between steps, don't worry about it. You don't know what you don't know. That's how we get started when we sit down and have a one-on-one call. I sit down, I look at what you're already doing, I look at the great progress you've already made, we celebrate that, and then we start to come up with a plan that maps out the other points. So you know exactly what to do when you stand on that stage, when you're invited on a podcast, when whatever opportunity comes across your lane, so that you have a pathway that takes that opportunity from an ego-based experience to actually a conversion process that brings you in more clients, more revenue, and more leads. If you are ready to get started, hit the button below and book your call, or type in the comments, book a call, and I we'll follow up and get you the link to book that call. So if you're ready to increase your profit and your revenue and get off the hamster wheel of visibility and just being out there to speak, then book a call with a link below, strategy in the comments. And I'll follow up with you and ensure that you get on the calendar. If you missed the other videos that go with this guide, or you don't have the guide, the link for the free guide that goes with this, that creates your entire speaking to sales roadmap, is also in the description below.